Hello everyone, hello and welcome. My name is Brian. If you're new around here, this is my channel Ginger Prime, in which we like to talk about MMORPGs. If you're hanging out with me live, thanks for being here. If you're watching this as a part of an archive, what is happening today? We are going to be finally playing the North American release, the official release of Lost Ark. I played this game back in Korea many years ago, and I've long been hopeful that we'd finally see it here in the West. And today is the early access day. Now, I've gone ahead and purchased the Platinum Edition, the $100 edition pre-order, and also if you guys are interested from a controller perspective, that's how I'm going to be playing Lost Ark. In fact, I actually have a Lost Ark controller guide. It is pinned in this live chat in the description. You can also check out the Lost Ark playlist here on Ginger Prime. I've been looking forward to this day for a very, very long time, and I'm thankful for anybody who's going to be hanging out with me today for it. We're going to be playing Lost Ark. It's going to be probably kind of the month of Lost Ark as we work our way to level cap, probably doing that on a couple different characters. Lost Ark does have that MMORPG grind to it. Farming up materials is going to be really critical in terms of endgame dungeons, raids, and more. And the fact that Lost Ark is launching with T3 content, it is such a massive, weighty experience. So if anybody has been looking forward to a real meaty theme park MMORPG, action-based combat, isometric, if you guys aren't aware of it, this is going to be a really interesting game for you to check out. Now, if you're on the fence and you're like, I don't really know, I want to see some reviews, I want to see some more gameplay, note that on February the 11th, the game is completely free for you to check out, download for yourself, and enjoy. In fact, over on twitch.tv/work2game, I'll be streaming it on Friday with Twitch drops enabled, giving you guys some exclusive rewards through that. So just note that on Fridays, that's where I stream as a part of the team Work to Game. Otherwise, you can catch me out here for events. Tomorrow, also, we have a live direct from Nintendo. I don't think I'm going to be covering that here because tends to usually get claims, but overall, hopefully you guys are excited about the live direct for tomorrow. I think we've got a lot of really cool stuff coming up in terms of just games and more games and games. It feels like where we've had all these slight delays throughout 2022 and 2021. Now that we're in 2022, unleash the floodgates, man. Unleash the gates. Throw wide the gates, I guess would be a better Final Fantasy 14 reference. And so we're sitting here. We're going to be rocking and rolling it and having a good time. Now, in terms of, I see chat talking about, I wish it had WASD movement. Like, as far as it goes, there's like some ability to control it. I highly recommend playing it on a controller. There are things that I wish that it did and adopted from Final Fantasy 14. But just note that you can kind of play with it, get a good feel for ultimately what you're expecting for the game itself. But yeah, like when it comes down to WASD, this is that isometric action, RPG, MMO in that regard. So there's just a lot to unpack with this game itself. What's going on, Colin? What's up, K-Man? What's up, Dotterin? How are you doing? Calum was here earlier. Don't know if they were they're sticking around, but as far as it goes, if you guys have questions as it relates to the controller, I also have a PS5 controller. I know people are asking about PS5 inputs, or PlayStation inputs, so I'll test that out for you guys as well in that regard. So just note that will all be coming to a head, or to, we'll figure it out. We're going to play around, see what ultimately works. The game officially launches here in about 15 minutes. So that's when we'll fire it up. I don't actually have any pre-recorded. I actually do have pre-recorded stuff, but I'm not going to, you can just enjoy my purple background for now. What's up, Chili? How you doing today? Yeah, so if the control issues are there for you personally, I recommend playing on a controller. I do personally enjoy that kind of input, but that's essentially kind of my thing. Somebody said that I should rebrand my whole name to like the controller guy or something like that. I'm like, I just have my preference, and that is it. Can I play this game on controller? Yes. Okay, well then I'm more interested in checking it out. If Guild Wars 2 ever, I don't know why that game does not have official controller support, but I know they're coming to Steam sometime with End of Dragons launching on the 28th. I'm just wondering if we'll get a Steam update, because then I can try to use the Steam controller support and see if I can't get something like I have akin to, like what I have essentially in New World. And that's where I think New World needs to have native controller support as well. Brian the controller guy. You got so Colin says, I got the Elite Series 2 controller, but the accessories won't recognize it. What accessories are you talking about? Like, did you also say you got like a chat pad or something? Because like I do have the Elite Series 2 and the chat pad itself. And Nekan says, I wish it was on console. Like, honestly, like I don't know why. I guess because it isn't like 100%, you know, like native controller support. There are like things that I'm like, I wish it would steal from Final Fantasy 14. I don't know if anybody's out there, I say steal, they're like, oh, we shouldn't advocate for that. Yoshi P has specifically not like, you know, I guess copyright or whatever you would do for that, for the controller scheme, in hopes that more MMOs would adopt their controller style. And I was like, the Lost Ark would be perfect for it. So many games would be perfect to take that Final Fantasy 14 style and bring it in. I mean, hell, even like World of Warcraft would just be like, I think, so explosively exciting to see if they did something like that. You can mirror what 14 does with add-ons, but again, I think native ends up being the real true, the real true. I don't even know what word I'm trying to think of. The real true, real true. George says, hey Brian, what server are you joining? Well, let me just say, we have a wonderful command for that. So if anybody comes in and asks, feel free to drop that server command into chat and it will tell you where we play games. And essentially also I have a couple other commands, LAC for those looking for the Lost Ark controller guide, or you can also do LA controller, TRO, boom. So I would play ESO with a controller if add-ons worked better. I have really struggled always to get into ESO, but we do have a company. We have on PC, so we got a Redline Gamer. He's a part of our community. He is also running the ESO guild, essentially, for the kind of the work to game. The guilds of, you have a job, you have a life balance, you want to kind of pop in and out of these games. We're your right fit. We're your right fit. They can't play all the time. No worries. Come just hang out. We're just having fun. That's essentially kind of the market we're looking at in terms of guilds. Do you like to play multiple MMORPGs and video games and not stress about having to meet some kind of minimum requirement of logging in? Well, come check out Work to Games. But yeah, so to answer it, it's Karta, Karta. It's a part of NA East. That's where we're going to be setting up shop. We're going to see here if we can get in. It's going to be really interesting to see how this launch goes. If anybody was here for the New World launch, this could be a crazy show. Do I actually have a Twitch command? Twitch? Because if not, let me get one created. Because that way you can check out our Twitch. Not stream. Yard stream elements. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, boom. All right, let's see here. Yeah, let me go and do this. Add new command. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Into game. And command active. Cool. Just as I think of commands, then we go. That's the plan. You can all of the NAEs play with each other regardless of the server? I don't actually know. I think it is still server based, but maybe in terms of like PvP matchmaking, I actually do not know if there is cross server play as a part of the data center. I guess we'll find out soon enough, because I know we have some people in our community that are going to different servers, and honestly, that's fine. Like, just play wherever you want. If you need someone to manage Lost Ark guilds, let me know. I have a feeling I'm going to be no-lifing this game. Okay, man, guess what? You just got yourself promoted. Like, absolutely, man. I don't know if I'll get to the point where we get to create the guild today. So, okay, man, if you get on and you get it created, we would just call it Work to Game. That's just usually our standard moniker across all our different MMOs. So I don't think I'll be able to play I'm not gonna be able to play all day because I gotta go work to game. Like, that's the idea. Like, I know there's this illusion that I'm a full-time content creator. That is not true. Like, I was on a meeting right before this stream went live. I'm gonna stream for like hopefully I'll be able to get in the game, maybe get a good hour plus in, And then I got meetings, I got work I got to go do because got to take care of the family. Got to, you know, what is it? Make the bills, make the cheddars, or I don't know what people call money these days. Yeah, so absolutely, man. Okay, man. If you're, especially if you're No Life, and now I think that this is gonna be this is November. This is my February game for, you know, pretty much all this month. So I think Chris will easily be able to take over on the Omni 90 race if he's continued to dive into 14. But I've been looking forward to this for the longest time possible. Like, it's just been a long time coming. My voice is like failing me. Thanks, 2chan. I appreciate that. New World launch was fun for sure, but yeah, the New World's launch was crazy. New World's launch was crazy. By the way, guys, Chris is live right now on Twitch. So if you do enjoy Twitch and you aren't following over and Work the Game, I stream over there on Fridays. In fact, this Friday, doing Lost Ark with Twitch drops enabled. So if you guys want to get some exclusive loot for Lost Ark, just be sure to go be following over there. And you can use the command. It should be able to command Twitch now. If you guys want to go say hi to Chris, he's also going to be doing Lost Ark today. So you can go, I guess, you know, say, hey, what's up, Ginger Prime Raid? Things like that. So we're not going to be co-voicing in this, but we probably will collab tomorrow on our thoughts about Twitch itself. So check us out over on Twitch if you have not yet already. Let's see here. Today's the obviously head start. So just remember, if you're hesitant on spending money on this game whatsoever, Friday is completely free. You can just download the game and start playing on Friday the 11th. Right now, you have to have either purchased the bronze, silver, gold, or platinum packs. I have picked up the platinum. The rewards in the packs do stack. So I know plenty of people who've spent probably already well over $150, $200 on this game, and they have yet to like it's not even live. So it feels kind of Ashes of Creation-esque how much you can already drop on the game itself, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out in and of itself. Let's see here. Launch day is today for anybody. No. So thank you, Night Soul, for answering. Metalistic Gamers. Did I close? Where's my avatars? Twitch alerts. I have Twitch alerts. Do I not have my avatars up here, guys? Hold up. 1 second. Game. Captcha. There we go. There we go. There we go. Cool. Got some fun with the avatars as well. It's like I had set them up, and now they're back. Colin's got gold. Very cool. The very cute pet from the drops. That they are. Yeah, and that's like honestly, that's the right strategy. Like if you're not really sure, you can always just pick up the lowest level. I think it's like $15, right? We're going to be on Carta. In fact, actually, it should be in the tags. So if you look at the various tags on the stream, it should have the server name itself. But always, if you're ever hanging out with me live, you know, it's just drop in a server command, and that's going to give you essentially all the information about where we're playing, especially if I'm like in a cutscene and whatnot. Yeah, so that's where we're rocking and rolling. Can't handle having 2 streams at the same time. I'm with you, Dodd. I'm with you. I don't know how some people do that. Like, I'm just like, Chris will tell me he'll have like sometimes 2 or 3 streams up at one point, just kind of listening in. I'm like, good for you, man. Soric or Pally? I'd probably go Sorceress. Man. That's 100%. Now, I think I'm going to be doing my Berserker. Really going to make that call depending on if I get on now or not, you know. So if I can't play today, then who knows what I'm going to play. But I legitimately, I've been saying Berserker, but honestly, in the back of my head, I'm just like, maybe it's Berserker. You know, maybe I do something different. Maybe I change it up. I did a Berserker in Korea. I did a Berserker in the beta. Maybe I change it all up today. Maybe today's the day I go Sorceress. I'm thinking about it. I honestly am. You got that? You got to get that monk for that soul fist. Oh yeah. We're going to be on Cardia, and I will be creating the Work to Game Guild. So if you're in the Discord, you'll shoot up that, and once you get it set up, perfect. Thank you, K-Man. So whoever, like, if I get to it, I'll get it created, but I guarantee, like, most likely, K-Man, if you're no lifing this, and K-Man, are you me streaming this at all today? Let's see here, Discord. We should also have a Discord command. If you guys are not a part of the Discord, no worries. Like, but it's really probably the easiest way for us to keep in touch, to keep in sync. We've got multiple different chat channels. We have multiple different roles. So we do have a Lost Ark role, and that will get you into essentially notifications about Lost Ark content, but also just within the community itself. So whether like we're live or we're not, the goal is that you should be able to drop in, drop out, have a good fun time playing video games. Forrest, what's up? Javier, his message got retracted. All right. maybe he asked a question that I answered as he was typing it. Can't even listen to music. It depends on the music, because right now I'm obviously hanging out talking and got music going, but imagine if you were then trying to listen to music. I've got music playing and I'm talking, and that just ends up becoming crazy. Never played an MMO. Is Lost Ark noob friendly? Great question. It is in terms of your experience playing the game as a storied game, meaning you can get in, you can play, you can pretty much play solo. Endgame is a different thing. Endgame is going to sit here and say, guess what? Logging in and doing these things every day, every week, we're going to just shower you with rewards. And you're going to find that the game will offer a lot if you want to invest a lot of your time. If you don't want to invest in a lot of your time, you're not going to go clear the hardest content. You're not going to have the best gear in terms of endgame. But as far as just an experience for an RPG, action RPG goes, I think you're going to actually find it being very, very scalable to your kind of, newbiness. Now, when you say MMO, like, honestly, yes, it is an MMORPG, but you can still kind of look at this as that, an MMORPG that does have that single player component to it, because you can even do dungeons. They even have like single player, versions of the dungeons themselves to go and run, etc. So yeah, I would say it's extremely noob friendly in terms of that. Is it going to sit here and hold your hand? And like, if you don't understand basic MMO concepts, you might run into some friction. But if you do run into any friction, if you're confused, you can always ask me. You can ask any other content creator. You can ask anybody in chat. Overall, the goal of our community is to be helpful and friendly and just like super chill. And so hopefully that helps kind of ease any kind of fear. If you've never played an MMO though, you got two pathways. I couldn't necessarily recommend the highest tier like money for it, but if you wanted to play today, you have to spend money. If you want to wait and kind of like feel it out, on the 11th, completely free for you to play. You're not going to sit here and have to worry about it, spending a dime, and that way you can kind of see for yourself if it is something up your alley. I prefer MMOs. I'm very biased in terms of my preferred genre of game to play, but that's going to be what we're rocking. Now, Pure Extreme says, artillerist or sorceress? What do you think, chat? Like, again, I'm going to have to go sorceress. Like, I have to go sorceress. Like, I can't, like, I don't even know if that's the first character I create, but legitimately, that's where we're going to be. Says, Brian, you convinced me. I'm going to play my first MMO. Yes! Dude, I hope you have so much fun with this game. If you have anything you need, just hit us up. But welcome. I'm really excited for you. I really hope you enjoyed the game, and let me know what you think about it as well. Like, it's not just about, me trying to convince you to do anything. I want the dialogue. I want the discussion. I want us hanging out and having a good time, and you telling me not just what you like about a game, but also what struggles and faces you. It helps me from a content creation perspective to try and also understand where everybody's coming from. Not everybody has my experience with MMOs. And I have my own biases, and you'll hear that in all of my opinions. I always believe, it's like one of the things that happened a couple of years ago is we had, let's see here, the Lazy Peon. He put out his review for Final Fantasy 14, and the community, as the community, like the sub community goes, like really took a dump on him. And I was like, I think it's all about context. If you understand how somebody comes to their own opinion, then I think it helps, right? Like, if you're an avid PvP player or if I'm an avid PvP player, which I am, and I sit here, I'm like, oh, is 14 good for PvP? And it's like, maybe one day is my answer. Some people might actually really diehard love the PvP in 14, but that is just not me. I went and played PvP. I just Destiny 2 PvP'd it that entire time, and they haven't released any updates to PvP in Destiny for a while, so I just haven't been playing Destiny at all. It's been kind of a nice break. I hope the Witch Queen and they get some PvP updates. I'm waiting for that to say, hey, we've added some new maps, we've added some new modes, we've added some new progress, and then maybe I'll go check out Witch Queen at that point, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Yeah, I think chat's actually personally convinced me to start with Sorceress over my Berserker, and it's not going to match the thumbnail title of this, but it is what it is. It looks like it is now 11 o'clock. Let's see here. Is there a refresh option? Let me close Steam and reopen Steam. It is now officially launch time, so it's patching for you. Come on. Maybe I should just quit Steam. Manage. Is there a check for updates? Updates. Always keep this game updated. Yeah, the button has not lit up for me. Let me just close Steam out fully. Oh, and it's going to close avatars too. Okay, well, I'll reopen avatars. Yeah, it's still grayed out. So I'm hard booting Steam right now. Yeah, this is the first Destiny expansion I have not pre-ordered. I have not handed them any money for the 30th. Like, I was like, F you guys. I'm not going to give you any money right now. And I hope that they change. I hope that I can go and give them money. Oh, Lost Ark. It's updating. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Javier. Is it Javier or is it Jave? And thank you. Yeah, like my whole philosophy, and this is just like my critique on content creators, is, oh, it says download now. Okay, download queue. Download. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, let's go. No, it's like the idea is like the majority of like anger that comes in, especially in these long living games, is like, I've played this game for 10,000 hours and I hate it. It's like, okay, did somebody force you to play that game for that long? It's like, oh, it's like, it's my community. It's like, don't blame your community. Don't blame your community. Like don't make a career out of YouTube. Just be cool. Just like talk about what you want to talk about. Yours is unpacking. It says starting download. 156 achievements. That's gonna be crazy. Javier. Okay. Javier. Good deal. Download queued. Let's go. Everybody be downloading. Hey, what's going on, Ramon? How you doing today? Yeah, I had the original downloaded, so I'm guessing this is kind of the go live patch. Now it says starting download. Come on. I wonder what the Steam charts is gonna show though. A 58.6 gig patch. It says connection timed out. Starting again. So this could be a complete crap show. Who knows? Yeah, Chris is trying to download it too. See how Steam handles it. Classic launch date. That's what I said. Like, I'm gonna hang out, see if we can't get in and play for like an hour or two, then go back to work. And otherwise, we'll just, I'm playing tonight. Yeah, I keep saying connection timeout. Let me see if I can show my screen without doxing myself or something like that. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see here. Can I do the desktop scene reacts? There we go. Okay, cool. Yay! We get all experience this together. So Mary RPG asks, what is this game? Lost Ark is an action MMORPG. It's originally based out of Korea. It's been over there since 2019. It's set in an isometric kind of viewpoint, so it will give you Diablo and Path of Exile vibes, but that's kind of a red herring. That's kind of a red herring. You're going to sit back and say, oh, it's like Path of Exile and Diablo. Well, those are MOs, multiplayer online. This is MMO, massively multiplayer online. Lots of players, lots of things. It has that theme park-esque. So if you think theme park, you got to think Final Fantasy XIV and World of Warcraft in terms of, what it's ultimately trying to get you to do and log in and play and dungeons and raids and runs and things like that. So it is the nice thing about it is it's got so much content going on for it right now. It's ridiculous. It's launching with a ton of content, and I think it's going to be really exciting for a lot of players. And it's going to be really, like I put out a recent video talking about, this is going to be an interesting case study for MMORPGs, because I overall have a theory that a lot of people think they like MMOs, but they really don't. I've been operating off that theory for a while, and it shows more in MMOs that have become less MM and just become MOs, where they're just like, you're playing the game solo and whatnot. Hey, what's up, Newhart? I'm sorry I missed you come in, man. If the game has loot, I'm going to play it, Brian. I have a problem and I need help. You don't have a problem. Because if you have a problem, I have a problem, and I don't want to admit that I have a problem. Oh, yeah, it's a day 1, day 0 patch. Day 0 patch, let's go. Let me open up Stream Avatar so we get this looking pretty cool, looking pretty good, while I keep hitting refresh, refresh, refresh. Do I have avatars up on this screen as well? I might not. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, let me go ahead and get him added. Excellent. Perfect. Yeah, I even got it set up for the for YouTube now. So if you guys are a YouTube member, you got an avatar. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Which one are Unite Soul? So like, just FYI, you can always use the command random. It should change your avatar if you don't like the one that you're repping. So, oh, it hasn't canceled. What? I don't know, man. I don't know why you do, like, why preload? Well, that's the welcome to the launch window. This is where I'd be better off just like, all right, guys, I'll see y'all tonight. I'm gonna go work and actually make money. No way, my wife's not like, well, how many live streams did you do? Dadgummit, Brian. Now I've been so busy with work these last 2 weeks. It's just like, there was videos that I wanted to make for you guys about Lost Ark, and then I was just like, there's just no way that's happening. So I was like, there's no way. So I don't know why they've got us in here with the download. I think it's just server overload. That's the real thing. Like, what's the number? Does Lost Ark beat New World's concurrent players? It feels less bad. It should always. It should be like, oh, a new MMO is launching. Like, it's day 2, man. Like, you always want to be like, all right, day 2. That's when I'm jumping in. Oh, you're downloading. Nice. Ramon says they're downloading. It's saying like 0 current. Resize this a little bit. The game launches officially on the 11th for everybody, Mary. This is just for those who've bought the, I guess the, like one of the founder packs, which essentially gets you early access and some other perks. So that's the other thing. Like, okay, here we go. And then on the 11th, like, is it, you know, is there another day one update on the 11th? I hope not. Bum bum bum. It hasn't failed. This is where it was jumping down in here, but there are no downloads in queue. Oh yeah, like incomplete. I'm glad that it just came on for you. That's good, because I was like, yeah, for me it took a minute and then it was like download, and I'm just waiting for it to download again, which is bummer because like I preloaded it. It's like, all right, is this what if Diablo was an MMO game? Diana, I think essentially you have the right of it. I think you have the right of it. Mine needs 9 minutes. 9 minutes is not a bad download. 9 minutes is not a bad download at all. Justin, I think you're right, man. Like, this is a crazy month. Crazy month. Not only are we going to get some new Final Fantasy 14 news on the 18th, not only do we have Lost Ark, we still got New Worlds, like, you know, updates that are coming, but those are more focused on bug fixes, which makes sense. Don't sit here and compete against yourself, right? Like, let everybody go to focus in on Lost Ark for a while, and then boom, drop the freaking blunderbuss. I cannot wait for that weapon, by the way. Also that and the greatsword. But yeah, Destiny, Elden Ring. I don't think you classify Elden Ring as maybe an MMO, but regardless, the fact is, like, just February alone, and then in March, like, I haven't heard anything about like Babylon's Fall, but that drops on the 3rd. I think I'm going to avoid that unless people come and say like, holy crap, they like really knocked it out of the park. And be like, oh, cool. And on the 4th, not MMO based, but I'm going to be playing the Triangle Strategy. So I don't know if you guys have been following Triangle Strategy at all, but I'm really excited about a new strategy game, hands down. And then the artistic direction of that, whoo, let's go. Oh yeah, so Metalistic Gamer says, I'm at work right now, but can you tell me which servers and Discord you guys are and your team will be on? We're going to be on Carta, and that's a part of NAE. So guys, if you want to be a part of our group, so for anything, any game, Guild Wars 2, Final Fantasy, ESO, Lost Ark, New World, check out the server command. I'll tell you exactly where you can find us. Also, Discord is the command if you guys want to have access to our Discord server. We are the goal of it is we should be a completely chill game. If you want to get sweaty, I get it, and you can always test us out and see if, you know, we're a good fit. But we really enjoy to be able to kick back, relax, and play games when we can play. Asmund finally live on main with 153k like live watching him, or is that his queue? Hey, what's going on, the Salins? How you doing today? But yeah, the goal is just like, if you're looking for a cool group of people just to chill, hang out in chat rooms occasionally, you know, no pressure to play or to grind. Hopefully you find a nice home with us. Is Final Fantasy 14 better? I think Final Fantasy 14 is a better Final Fantasy game. I wouldn't classify Final Fantasy as an MMO. I'd classify it as an MO with on top of an MMO, which is like, people get confused by my classifications, but that's just because I come from Final Fantasy 11, which I go, come on, Final Fantasy 11, dude, that's MMO hardcore. What's really going on? One of the videos I really been wanting to sit down and work on for you guys is kind of what we're seeing in 2020s. Going into 2030s is the battle for the heart and soul of the MMORPG, because you have New World that really leans into that multiplayer aspect. You have Riot's MMORPG that's on the horizon that leans into and says, if you want a single player game, there are single player games out there for you. Go play them. We're making a multiplayer game. So I honestly wonder if, as we look at the future, like, are companies okay with the MMORPG that they make not being the number one most played, because the number one most played MMO is going to be the one that has more more single player components, because it opens it up to a wider range of players. And that's essentially what I think, and it's going to be an interesting case study to see. So New World is multiplayer. Lost Ark is very single player, and they even advertise it as such on the Steam homepage. But yeah, so like, if you're going to say which should you play between Final Fantasy 14 and Lost Ark, if you've never played an MMO before, Lost Ark hands down, namely because 14 has the subscription model. If you're looking for an incredible Final Fantasy game, I think everybody should play Final Fantasy 14. Hands down, I think it is essentially one of the most defining Final Fantasy games of our generation, and I'm very excited to see where we go for the next 10 years. But that game requires a subscription, and I think subscriptions are actually hurting the MMO genre as a whole now. They didn't in the beginning, because there really wasn't that much competition, but now MMOs don't exist in a bubble. They don't exist in a bubble, and you ultimately have to sit here and say and realize the subscription has its benefits, but it's also preventing people from experiencing the game. There's a lot of nuance that we would have to discuss, because it's, you know, like, I think we're seeing a people experiment with new data models in terms of monetization, and that's going to be really kind of the big catch-all. I'm going to hit pause. I'm gonna hit this download now. Starting download. Let's see if it does anything. Bear says, I grew up playing Ragnarok Online, a true MMO, and I prefer being able to play alone when I want. Forcing me to play with people is a quick way to make me want to never play your game again. And that's what I'm hitting at, Bear. The whole battle for what is an MMO. And if Riot comes in and says, we're just doing multiplayer, if New World keeps with like, yeah, you gotta, we're not going to bring in matchmaking, which it will keep people from playing your game. And the question is that the right call or not? And so we've seen MMOs move more to that casual single player experience. And not that there's anything wrong with it. Like, I use matchmaking. I enjoy being able to play a game by myself and not having to fully commit to hours of time invested to get a group. So I definitely fall into a category, kind of a hybrid. But Final Fantasy 11, I think essentially the solution. I mean, this is my theory about the solution that we'll end up seeing. I believe we'll see MMOs lean more into multiplayer, but supplement you with ideally your friends, but be through AI, almost like the Forza Derivatar system, in which that, imagine being able to play with your friends. Hey man, I can't make it tonight, I'm late at work. Hey, we got a kids thing that came up, I can't play tonight. I don't ruin your night because I'm not available, but imagine being able to take my AI representation of my character with you on your adventures. And so you are having a single player experience, but everything is balanced around multiplayer. So that way, essentially, you don't end up having the situation where you have to balance your entire game, whether someone is playing by themselves or playing with a full party. You end up having the flexibility that you hopefully desire in that regards. Let's see if Chris has been able to get back online yet. Looks like he's still downloading. Yeah, he's still in the same breath that I am in. That's where I think Lost Ark is going to be an interesting case study, because it is a free-to-play MMORPG, but it's also one of the biggest MMORPGs in Korea right now. I still don't have a PS5 yet. Like, I kept trying. I've just given up trying to find a PS5, and I'm hopeful that they come out with a PS5 Final Fantasy 16 edition, and if they do, then I'll probably grab that one. Well, Sony changed the nonsense that Destiny is paid for. I doubt it. I think that their acquisition of Bungie actually is more telling about their change in direction than it was at the beginning of the PS5. The PS5's already gone through kind of a half shift in terms of its original design, and now what basically them acquiring Bungie I think is going to be is more of the signal of them actually truly embracing what Microsoft has been doing in terms of it's not about selling the actual physical box, it's about getting you in our games and our ecosystem. And with the fact that they want to have, I think, what is it, 10 games as a service games live by the 2026, I think essentially that's where I'd be looking at Bandai Namco as a partnership for Blue Protocol. That's where I'd be looking at any of all these games, like with even the messaging that we saw from Platinum the other day, talking about how they want to have more of a multiplayer component, how they want to have more of that. People are afraid of games as a service, which I find very interesting as an MMO player, as somebody who plays games as a service games. And say, like, it's interesting that there's such pushback online, but the numbers don't reflect that negative hate towards the game as a service. I think the numbers show that games as a service games are by far, if done right, the way that more games will go. And yeah, you'll still get single player games for sure, but they just make more sense for what people are trying to do with that, building those ecosystems of logging in. The Saiyans is saying it's downloading. Excellent. I'm still starting download. It might just be me hanging out for another 30 minutes. If it still says starting download, I think I'll wish you guys all the best. Yeah, so today they said they want to open up talks with Microsoft about bringing back Scalebound, and I think that'd be really exciting. I think Scalebound, like, I don't know, I couldn't understand the love behind that game after it was canceled because none of us had ever played it, right? I think when you play a game, that's when essentially, like, you either confirm or deny that passion. But there's just been this constant passion behind people wanting to bring Scalebound back. And the fact that they're kind of tweeting that out, I think that would be really exciting to see. I was looking forward to Scalebound, but I was like, all right, how's it going to play? How's it going to feel? And I think essentially that would be something really interesting to see in the long run. But you have to get it right. You have to get it right. And I, who knows? So, I think Microsoft, called that in and of itself. Wow, New World Lost Ark, bring him to console. 100%. 100%. If you can get in before the 11th. How sucky would it be if that's the case, right? Like, what ends up happening here, if I'm not able to get in by 12, like, I'm just going to sit here and wrap up stream, let you guys go actually probably watch people who are actively playing the game. Because I think that would be more entertaining for y'all's workday. I'll go do because like that's where I'll just go do the same. I'll go lurk on Asmon's stream, or I'll go hang out like with Chris if he gets in, and and keep downloading it while I actually go, provide for the family. Yeah, man, what's up, my dude? But I'll be if it gets downloaded, I'll do a stream and play tonight. So if you guys are interested in teaming up, if you're interested in like teaming up with us at all, check out the Discord. NA East Cardi is where we're gonna be heading, and we should hope maybe I'll make tonight a community night if we get in. Chris is in. No, I haven't checked in a second. He's doing the same shuffle that I'm doing right now. Oh, you don't have a PC, so you can't play. I wonder if we'll see this game come to like GeForce Now, because some people they still say like they're worried about like New World on their PCs, and I haven't had any problems with it at all. But I was like, if you're ever worried, like GeForce Now is also an excellent solution because you're just playing on somebody else's hardware. Do I think WoW would ever come to consoles? Yes, but it's going to take a lot more work than what people. It's not a plug and play thing, because you have what, 16 years, 17, 18 years, or whatever of I guess, yeah, 18 years of content and game that you have to sit here and make sure that it literally works. Yes, I am actually getting a Steam Deck. It does not have a release date for me yet. It says second quarter 2022. So I'm still waiting on my faithful whenever that comes in. I pre-ordered it as quickly as I could possible, and I'm just waiting to get my Steam Deck as well. So Steam Deck, I think, is going to be really nice for me as a gamer, because then essentially, like, terms of grinding, I can sit downstairs and I can just kind of boot it up, and I have to, like, right now I have to set up the laptop, and even though I do cloud gaming downstairs on the laptop, like, it's still like step A, step B, step C. Steam Deck, I think, is like, hey, is it charged? Let me kick back and play. But yeah, I think WoW can come to consoles. I think you gotta look at Final Fantasy 14's controller support. You got to bring that in. Same thing with New World. I think from a perspective though of consoles, that's where essentially, like, if I was New World, if I was Amazon, I know, like, there's all, like, the whole future of Stadia is always up in the air because it's Google, but Google has legitimately the best tech in terms of cloud gaming. But imagine sitting here and just dropping in and going over to like, you know, saying, hey, yeah, you can play this game, but it's going to be cloud based as opposed to like actually physically running on any hardware, because that's essentially where I see especially MMOs going in the next decade as more internet gets more prevalent and cloud gaming becomes more of a thing, is because it's like your game's always online anyway, so I might as well just stream it. And that becomes, as a developer, that makes it so much easier for me to make one version of a game as opposed to multiple versions of the game and going from there. Currently I'm not able to load the patch, and that's just what it is right now.
Connection time now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying my best to get into the game, but you never know when it's a launch of an MMO. Sometimes you just have to hope on a star. Drop that beat now.
So, Metalistic Gamer says, right now I'm still building my gaming PC, but I'll be running the game off my Dell G3 laptop. I upgraded it so I can wait to take off work today. Well, hopefully, when you get off work, all this rush and everything is done and smooth, because it's, yeah, restart. WoW needs a Yoshi P. I agree. I've been saying that actually for the longest time, especially related to World. Now, with Microsoft's acquisition of them, I think essentially you could see that within the game company. Perhaps even the guy they put in charge. You know, like, he could end up being that. He is a WoW raider, WoW player. I think they need Ian. They just need to put Ian focusing in on raids and not have him talk to people. Like, one of the things that Yoshi P brings is that he has the ability to communicate. He's open and honest about it. Ian just is like, just stop talking, dude. Just quiet down. Yes, everybody agrees. You make great raid experiences. How about you just, you know, how about we have somebody else talk to the community? Because they haven't been listening. I don't think they've had the ability to listen. My professional assessment of them for the longest time was legitimately, I think they spend all their daggum time in these meetings being told why they can't do the thing that everybody thinks and wants them to do. And now essentially you start removing those barriers. You're like, how about we just focus on making it a fun game? How about we just, like, hey, pull up all that feedback the community's had and, like, see what we can do about it, and stop saying no and start listening. And I think that's a culture thing that you have to build up, you know? All right, Gregory, thanks so much for stopping by, dude. I appreciate the compliment. I'm so glad you guys enjoy the content and the videos. So Colin says, Tally said that you can't have WoW on consoles because people would complain that they can't use add-ons. Like, at the end of the day, like, I don't put a lot of value on gamers complaining about stuff. Like, I think that that's just a lot of noise and a lot of talk, because I think the numbers show that it doesn't matter how much a gamer complains about one thing, how they spend and what they do is different from how they whine about it online. So note that I'm not talking about anybody specifically in this chat. I think I always try to be sure, like, I'm talking in generalities. But at the end of the day, like, I don't, yeah, okay, gamers can complain. I think that's where what you have to do, though, is you have to look at what add-ons are popular that people are using and how the game can then incorporate that, or if it should incorporate that, or if it should start to go block that, if it's trying to come up with that as a even playing ground. That's why 14 has a it's light years ahead of what anything WoW can do, because I would expect that if World of Warcraft were to come to consoles and would essentially have controller support, we're talking 2025 at a minimum. And at that point, I start to ask, wouldn't it be better for them just to sit here and say, what's the next generation of World of Warcraft going to look like? Why don't we just build that? Why don't we just build WoW 3? And I say 3 because if you think of Classic as 1, Retail as 2, WoW 3 essentially saying, hey, here's this new generation for the World of Warcraft. and here's what we're going to do, so we can build it on the latest tech. We can look at, we can look at everything we've wanted to do. Like, it sucks because if I were to go work at Blizzard, I would have to understand and be hindered by the decisions that were made in 2006 and 7 and 8. Like, there were decisions that were made that, like, hey, we can't do that because, like, we have to worry about this or this or this. And so sometimes there's might be a value in saying, what would a new generation of World of Warcraft look like? And then I think you go and you combine your account so that your mounts, your glamour, all the cool stuff you've done that doesn't have any kind of like effect on the new game, whatever they decide. Let's say they tried to change up the combat system or have different classes or who knows, whatever, that it's like, okay, here's a whole new game, but all of your history is still with you, right? So you're not sitting here like saying, hey, that was worthless. No. Like 1,000 years after like some event in World of Warcraft, what does the game look like? Then they could start telling that story and looking at the game in that way if they wanted to. Like, again, you got to have the passion. One of the things I see a lot of gamers complain about online but never factor into in terms of monetary is that you have to have the developers who are wanting to make that game. If I was in charge of Microsoft, I could go and say, guys, you're my team. I want you to go make this game. And if nobody wants to make that game on that team, it's going to suck. You got to find the right people to make the game that they want to make, because then they're going to make it awesome. So it's about empowering the devs to make the choices they need, aligning the right team that wants to actually make the game, so you're not just chasing off after some metric. I think the business rules are the same as YouTube rules. I think the business rules in terms of game design are the same as YouTube rules. I was talking with one of you guys, Something Gamer, and I do apologize not memorizing your name yet, but I'll get it. The more we talk, the better I get with your names. Talking a little legitimately about bad actors within the YouTube space, like people who are just content farming for views, and it's like, they're legit ones you can see, like those who have like 100,000 subs and no videos posted. Like what in the hell? Versus like somebody who's like, okay, like, yeah, they're just excited about a game. Saint One just got in. Woohoo! Guys, if you're not following Saint One, awesome content creator. I've been playing. He's got, like, if you're going to get into the hardcore endcore raids, ideally, I would say I'd point to him first, among many others who are just really great at making content around it, who have been playing Russia or Korea, doing the T3 raids and more. Like, yeah, so I wish we could do shout outs here on the YouTube side of things. Maybe YouTube will one day have their gaming system figured out. We'll see. They keep promising things, and we just kind of keep on waiting. But yeah, I think if they were able to bring World of Warcraft to consoles, that would be really big. I think MMOs on consoles makes a lot of sense, but you have to have that native controller support, because at the end of the day, if you don't have it, like, I don't think people are going to get it on console and just go buy a keyboard and mouse. But maybe I'm just wrong. Well, if people are getting in, you legitimately like note that it's just everybody's just kind of like in line trying to queue up and play. And maybe they're also limiting it, like, one of the things that in terms of just like load balancing, they're like, okay, let in 1,000. Okay, we got them in. Okay, now I'm letting the next 1,000. Lucario, thank you so much for hitting that $1 membership club, tier 1. I hope you enjoy your emotes. I hope you enjoy your badge, and I hope you enjoy your Discord role on the server. Thank you so much for your support, man. For Julie and me, it really means the world to us. Thank you. As soon as we get to 200, we'll be giving a game, like every time we hit a goal, and we'll be doing some game giveaways for you guys, but no pressure whatsoever. Like, it's ideally completely optional. Oh, Night Soul just got in. Heck yes. There is hope. So I actually played WoW on controller, like with the latest like when I played WoW pretty much for the first time in Shadowlands. Played it on a controller, like it wasn't that bad. But at the end of the time, I just ended up playing WoW by myself. I don't like playing these games by myself, even if I'm a single player. That's why I adore New World. I think it's so funny for me that people are. I love the messaging around that people have around New World, because I'm like, it legitimately doesn't line up with my experience. Not that I'm having the same experience as everybody, but I can play New World on controller, and even if I'm playing single player, I'm having an impact on the market. I'm having an impact on endgame. I'm having an impact on the server. Like, that's essentially where it's like, whether I'm playing single player or multiplayer, like, I feel a part of the world there, like I did with Final Fantasy 11, versus something where when I look at you know, where it's an instant simulator where you're like, I'm just playing by myself and I never hear of anybody or talk to anybody. Like, that's essentially a quick, easy way for me to kind of get fatigued with the game. Chase, holy smokes, following it up, following Lucario, joining the tier $1 club. Thank you so much for that support. Hope you enjoy your emotes, your badge, your Discord role, and actually one of the things I've been wanting to do with members, we need to figure out what works. I need to talk with Julie, but I was thinking about either getting a Smash night together or Mario Kart night together and legitimately be like, all right guys, what game we playing, etc. So thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Also, there is a brand new Brian emote. If you guys saw the latest video from the Final Fantasy 14 Mother Crystal, no, oh wait, is there anything happening? It just flashed, but it didn't fail. Not touching it. If you guys have seen it, we have a brand new Brian emote. If you guys check it out, if anybody has access to it, YouTube's weird. It's weird at using emotes, but like it's down there at the bottom. You can do that. Also, if you're a member, it's so interesting because it sucks so bad here on YouTube. There it is. There it is. I love it. If you're interested in it, like if you already are a member, there's a free membership message that you have to legitimately, YouTube's so ridiculous. You have to legit hit the $sign. Like it's like, and then it says, use your free membership milestone message. It's like, I'm just waiting for like, man, if YouTube actually is like decides to step up and commit, man, it's gonna be an interesting world. All right, time out again. This is the stream content, man. This is legit the best content you'll find on the internet. Yes, Dotterin dropping off a 2 month. Thank you so much, Dotterin, for your 2 months, dude. Oh my goodness gracious. It's not that you forgot to do it, dude. It's legit that it's like it's hidden away. Like, has anybody on YouTube gaming stepped over to Twitch in a while? Like, Twitch stresses me out. I've talked about this. Twitch stresses me out. And I think it's something where when we were pushing for partner and we were doing all that through work to game, legit, like it's like one thing after the other. And like we were meeting with people and they're like, all right, can you get to 300, concurrent? All right, cool. You hit 300 concurrent. Can you get to 400 concurrent? And it's like, you keep like having this carrot and there's just never an end to it. And I'm like, screw trying to do the game. Like it fatigues me. It's just like, I'm like, I just want to hang out and have fun. And I just wanted to play games and talk with you guys. And that's where like YouTube gaming, it's just so much nicer. I just enjoy it so much more. It's so much more relaxing to me because I don't give a crap about the numbers. Because it's not about it. It's like, it's just more that. But then I'm like, man, YouTube, like Twitch has so many cool toys. It has so many cool toys. Thank you so much, K-Man, for 5 freaking months, dude. Thank you. Yeah, it's still trying to download something else, some day one patch. Yeah, Twitch keeps, for me, moving the goalpost, so I enjoy, like, I've been enjoying the Friday streams, but I know that legitimately, like, I should do X on Twitch versus like what I'm going to do on Twitch, which is just not give a shit. Just like not give, like I should myself if I'm gonna swear. Oh, you just finished the download and no play button? Close Steam and come and open it back up, Neil. Close Steam and open it back up and see if it decides that it's gonna play nice. Let me see if I can check on Chris's Twitch real quick. Now, Chris is still trying to download. Night Soul! 5 months, man. Tier 3 Bahamut level, dude. Thank you so much, man, for that continued support here on the channel. If you're not an affiliate, K-Man, I would always multi-stream. Honestly, if I were to do it again, I would not have been, I would not have accepted affiliate, and I would have literally just pushed for partner out of the gate. But being that it's like the challenge we had when Chris and I were like, well, I mean, everybody says we have to get partner. Like, you know, it's just like, hey, can you get partner? All this stuff opens up for you once you get partner. Okay, partner push. Like I did a push during the summer and we did okay, but they're like, they don't really tell you like what you need. So we're like, we hit the numbers, but we didn't necessarily hit like their review. So then when Chris was able to go on, you guys showed up and supported it, and that was amazing. Yeah, I'm stuck here too. I'm going to give it another 20 minutes of just hanging out with you guys, answering any questions, or just basically chatting it up. Thanks guys for the 44 likes. I haven't even thanked you guys for the likes yet. Appreciate that. So yeah, we're just hanging out. If at noon, if I'm not in the game, like at that point, it's just I'm gonna go work. I'm gonna go make sure that I take care of the family, and if I was in now, I'd give it an hour, maybe play to like 12:30 or something like that. But what we'll do is I'll just keep hitting this offline and go hang out with Chris and watch his stream, and you know, and maybe who knows Asmon's, because he's coming up on quite a large viewer base right now. And then we'll be back tonight, because I originally was like, I'm gonna play tonight because I don't know if I want to do the rush. And then as I think it was like 9 o'clock, I was like, who am I kidding? I want to try to get in. I want to try to get in right away. Yeah, I'm bad. This is the phase. Download Savage, and this is something that, like, it's gonna be interesting. People are gonna complain about it, and that's just the nature of it. They're gonna be like, wow, I can't play. I'm instantly. It's like, yeah, welcome to MMORPGs. Platinum pack should have had priority. Interesting. I don't know if how they would designate platinum packs from the download though, right? Like I could see how you could say when you're logging into the game itself, the servers, that it does it, but this is through Steam's downloader, and I don't know if they're set up for anything like that. Yeah. How many was he at with Final Fantasy 14? Yes. Evil Consequence. It's getting on. Oh yeah, New World was like, and that's where I'm curious. This is launching in 2 phases, right? So when we look at New World, will Lost Ark beat its concurrent record on Steam, because it's only launching in one place? So we're going to see some really cool data by the end of this week. And then what I say this week is that today is those who actually paid for this game. On the 11th, nobody has to pay for the game. You can just download it and play. So on the 11th, like, that is going to give us more information, but people have already started to play, so it won't necessarily be like everybody's trying to get in, everybody's trying to play. Let's pull up some Steam charts, shall we? Steam charts. But we'll see it. We're definitely going to see a dip today in let's see here. Do we see? Let me search. Path of Exile is having a nice little boom right now. Lost Ark. Internal server error. So, if anything else, we've broken the Steam charts right now trying to download and play the game. So Steam charts is struggling up to keep up with this. Gunslinger. I think I'm gonna go Sorceress right out the gate. All right, Metallistic, thanks so much for hanging out. And if you guys are going to be playing tonight, and I'm going to be hopefully playing tonight as well, I'll schedule the stream right after this one's done. Let me see here. Let me actually pull up the play. Let me see if I can find the play in Lost Ark. Launch release notes. Very nice. Legends of Lost Ark. Copy image. Let me just make a new thumbnail. Not Twitter. I want Photoshop. Photoshop. I think I'm gonna probably go with Sorceress as a main. I did Berserker in Korea and did then the beta, and I'm probably gonna have a Berserker because I really enjoy it. But I love casters. I'm probably going to play as a caster to start. But we will see. I have been known to change my mind. Oops. Wrong value. Wrong value. Let me lock this in place. Export. Image. Live streams. Lost Ark Live. 2. Cool. Now I got 2 alternate images that I can rotate between. Perfect. Like a professional. We're going to be rocking on Cardia, Lou. So if you guys are interested in joining us, that's NA East. Oh, the fighter class, Jace, is a lot of fun. I enjoy the Berserker, Sean. Gene. I enjoy the Berserker a lot. It is a very fun class to play. I think it feels really good, feels really solid. I'm excited about Nintendo Directs tomorrow. Man, like, geez Louise, guys. Can you space out more of this news? Bum 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 bum. Actually, we might just straight up read patch notes. Might lose the ability to let's take a look at the notes. Launch Arc release notes, game content, user experience, character roster, dungeon raid content, island and sea content, scheduled activities, stronghold content, improvements, quality of life, new features, westernizations, store. Yeah. Alright. I'll probably actually just film that offline. I'm gonna flub some things. I'm gonna flub it up. I have not yet tried Gunslinger, Kyle, and I've been asked to try out Gunslinger on controller. And so that's something I did promise the community that I would do. So that will either probably happen tonight. We might make a couple different characters and play a little bit on a couple different. So if you're interested in that and how it plays on controller, I'll try to get those videos and stuff out that. Rockin' and Roller. Rockin' and Roller. What a weird word. Did I see the director trailer? No, I didn't. Is that out now? Is that Ark Week or something like that? Or Legends of Lost Ark? Yeah, and no worries if you're playing on other servers at all. But if you guys still want to be a part of Discord, like we're going to be hanging out, chatting, talking games. So tonight it'll probably be a community game night. So you guys, if you never hung out for a community game night, note that I open it up in Discord and people can hear your voice. I can run it to where they can't hear your voice, but then it just sounds like I'm talking to myself. I got the Platinum Pack, Jake. Sorry, didn't mean to call it Jack. Yeah, I got the Platinum Pack. I pre-ordered this back as soon as it went live. I was like, oh good, let me buy that. I'm still trying to download, so we're still kind of in this weird limbo, and I have to go back to work. Well, I guess I could take off the rest of the day, but then that's just going to stress out my my deliverables and things that I need to get done. And I do have a doctor's appointment this afternoon as a part of my just yearly checkup. Do we know anything that's going to be in the shop? The typical stuff like pads, mounts, glamour, things like that. Will it get claimed? Like, is that something where I know I'm not as big as Ludwig, but I don't want to get in trouble. Do you have a link, Ronan? I can. I'll probably pull it up that way, so I pull up the right one. Because essentially, that's where it's going to be interesting to see if these streamers keep pushing this like, hey, let's watch movies meta, and see if that ends up shutting down reaction style content over on Twitch. Because typically that's where they film all that because it doesn't get flagged, and then they can edit it down for fair use over here, right? So even Asmongold's commented on that in terms of reaction content. These people who make these videos, I watch them, and people give the person who's reacting to it the accolades and the money. It's like they didn't make the video. But I enjoy reaction content. It's something that's it's always funny. It's like, oh, another react video. I guess I'll watch it. Oh, that was really good. It's the curse of launch day. And that's fine. That's just the way of the world sometimes. Yeah, because it does not appear that I'll be able to at least get my character created this morning. And that's okay. I knew going into it, as a seasoned MMO player, that always prepare to be flexible. Always prepare to have a backup plan. You gotta have a backup plan on a launch day, you know? And my backup plan is I'm gonna go program for a bit. I do hope that I can finally release a video game this year. That would be so sweet. I just need to put it on my calendar and plug away at it. Off to a doc appointment. Hopefully I'll be on when you're back in. Hopefully you have a great doc appointment, Chase. And I won't be live when you get back unless you're going to get back tonight. So I'll probably schedule the stream tonight around 8:30 Central, and it will be open for all of us hanging out and having fun. Varix, trust me, I think probably Chris will be keeping more of your attention. In fact, we'll probably go raid Chris here in a little bit. Ooh, cool. So if you guys aren't following over on Twitch, actually I'll be streaming over there on Friday. So if you guys have Twitch drops enabled, the link should be popping up in chat here just in a minute. If you click that link, go hit follow over there, and hopefully I'll see you on Friday. Crystal is also fighting the boss right now as well. So hopefully you guys, if you aren't following both him and I on Work to Game or Work to Game on Twitch, this is the him and I's kind of shared project. We're also looking at trying to incorporate more, more content creators into this ecosystem of Work to Game. So just note, things we're building to it slowly, just kind of that team concept in that regards. Boom. Yeah, I don't think I'm playing today, boys. I mean, I don't think I'm playing this afternoon. I think it's going to be tonight. You got to leave for work at 3 Eastern. Hopefully you're going to be able to play tonight. Hopefully so. If nothing else, at least if it you get downloaded, and then that way you're not sitting here I mean, heck, if it's still having this problem by tonight, oof. That's no fun. Pop the back. Yeah, because this will give me the ability to go grab a bite to eat. Yeah, and so maybe what I'll do, server is Cardia. So Jim, if you're on, man, that's where we're rocking and rolling. That's where I'm going tonight. Crossing thing, I want to play. Oh. Wouldn't that be fascinating? Turns out I end up building out my own my own collection of content creators. Ethan, how you been, dude? I feel like we haven't talked this year. I hope you and the family are doing well, my friend. I know Julie and we all had that COVID last month. I still feel like I'm recovering from it. I don't know if anybody's had COVID recently, but I still feel occasionally oh man, you just feel like you just get punched in the places that sun doesn't shine. Yeah, and then Phantasy Star Online 2, they're doing some big stuff for that for this year. Oh man, this is just it's gonna be a great year for video games, guys. Sorrow, where has he been? See you, Felix. Thanks for hanging out, man. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. And again, we're gonna be back tonight. Gonna be playing some Lost Ark. I'm gonna also be playing it all this month. I want to see if I can't finally get to cap on the Western version. I'm thinking about I'm going to experience the story too, though. So Chris was asking me about it. It's hey, have you played the story? I was it was in Korean. Yeah, it was English subtitled, but I'm really excited to see how the voice acting comes together and how immersive it is. All right, man. I think he got those numbers last time. Maybe I don't remember his all-time high with 14, but. How nuts would it be to have again MMOs sit here and just destroy in terms of numbers? I think that's one of the things that's just being so fascinating. Just been playing some 14 with the raid group and been getting clears. Very nice. Been playing D2 with the buddy on the weekends since was getting back into it. I'm waiting to see if they do some big PvP updates for D2. Like I have, this is right now the first D2 that I'm literally not having on pre-order or anything like that. Lost Ark is free to play, Scab, but that the free to play opens up on the 11th. If you want to play today, assuming that you can get in, you have to buy one of the founders packs. Oh, good. Siwo is in. Perfect. Oh, I thought somebody said that Asmon's in. Oh, I'm really gonna really kind of have to experience the PvP, because one of the things we're seeing is a better investment in PvP in 14, and I really want to know, like, is PvP gonna really drive me back in? Witch Queen looks great in terms of PvE content, but I honestly am just like, we lost so much PvP content in Beyond Light. And now I'm just like, all right, like if they come in and say, hey, we got some new maps, we got some either new modes or like etc., like, and we got a new progression, like, then I'm more excited. But I just always seem to default into PvP content for Destiny 2, and I would love to get back into it, but I just haven't seen them put any kind of real effort behind it. They say it's coming though, right? So I'm just gonna wait to see when that PvP patch is, and then it's like, great, let me jump back into that now. The Iron Banana rework. I haven't read about it yet, Nanny, so I need to go check that out. I'm gonna go off of you, Nathan. Nathan. My brain is like, I read your name backwards. Soro and Nanny, and I've combined y'all. I want to see what you guys say, and then so if you tell me I need to jump into Witch Queen, you tell me. I'm right now though, I don't think it's gonna be February with Lost Ark with Final Fantasy, and I also plan on playing Triangle Strategy at the beginning. I was so like, I've outside of this, like this last year, it's been the most I used to play Destiny all the time. I've been playing since the beta, Destiny 1's beta, and I just have this weird love-hate relationship. I've decided I'm gonna hold off on Witch Queen for now. But that doesn't mean I won't jump into it in March or April. But the thing that really hurts me with Destiny is the FOMO and the seasons. Like, if they would let it, if they switch to a Halo model in which the season was just equipable, oh man, dude, I would be all over that, like right on rice. Oh, nice. Yeah, let me know on the Witch Queen. I honestly, like, with everything that's happening right now in games, that might be something I really enjoy come April or May. Who knows? I just don't, I can't stress myself out, and right now I'm like, I want more PvP content in Destiny, and it just kind of always felt like that hasn't been the case, and that's all I ever did until they decided to delete content. But the fact that they've now been bought by Sony, I think that's actually really exciting for Destiny. Now the game's up. It's just everybody's just trying to download it. So people are downloading and trying to get in. Oh, dude, Destiny has such a good gameplay loop. It's such a good gameplay loop. I absolutely adore playing Destiny. It feels so great to play that game. And then at the same time, like, it feels like I'm fighting like this losing battle. All right, guys, it's noon o'clock. It's noon. I'm still trying to download. I think I'm going to go get a little bite to eat. I think I'm going to go work on some videos for you guys today. And I'm going to go ahead and schedule the stream for tonight. So if you guys are interested in playing some Lost Ark tonight, be sure to be a part of the Discord. Be on NA Cardia. And if K-Man, if you're able to get in, get that company created for us, get that guild created for us, and then that way we can start getting that managed to get some people in tonight. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. Good luck fighting any Q bosses and more. I'm gonna go hang out over on Twitch with Chris. I'm gonna be watching him stream. He's playing some 14, trying to get into Lost Ark. So if you guys aren't following me on Twitch, use the command Twitch, and that will get you over there. Guys, love you faces. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time, and yeah.